happening? Hello and good morning, everybody. Hope you're having a great day. PC Monk here with another Bitcoin video, bringing you the latest. Obviously, I did not record yesterday. Well, because I was just streaming and I was like, well, there's no movement, so let's just not record and repeat what we said day before that, which was Wednesday. Sorry, Thursday. Anyway, so let's start with the 5 minutes. I want to talk about this area. Talk about that area. I gotta do a couple of uh, you know, just give me a second. There you go. I wanted to show this move. So, before anything else, if you guys remember, I've talked about this move. The three leg down, which the third leg essentially clears the liquidity of the two previous legs, and then the fourth leg, which either stops above local bottom or at the local bottom, or comes and cleans the liquidity of uh, the previous, which is the third leg, which is this leg, but it doesn't clear the liquidity below. It just clears the liquidity near the third leg. In this case, that didn't happen. What happened is when we go up, we come back down and cleared the liquidity of the previous support, which this was the support, and this confirms it. It first of all clears the liquidity, as you guys could see. It clears this liquidity a little bit lower, and then we pick it back up. So it confirms the support and it clears the liquidity. Now, I don't want to talk about the rest of it because I still want to talk about this area. Now, I'm going to remove this, pattern that we talked about it. Now, let's take a look at here. And this is, you could call it a descending wedge, okay? Or you could call it a downward parallel channel, or even a bull flag, will do. All right, so I'm gonna connect these two lines, as you guys could see, and if I connect them all the way till here, it looks like it's forming something, right? But, I mean, it's only two. I'm okay with these two lines, okay? So now I wanna talk about this area for you. So, as you guys could see, we went up, right? And then we came back down. And usually on these descending wedges, when we want to exit the wedge that we did here, we usually come back in a fast pace. We clear the liquidity to the downside in a fast pace. We either hold it in this channel or we clear the liquidity outside. In this case, we cleared the liquidity outside, essentially aiming for this liquidity to be cleared out. And if you take a look at it, right here, we could see that with this dump, we essentially made a double bottom with this, the 5 minute candle, right? So this looks like a good liquidity clear out. And then, it consolidated and it moved the outside of this parallel channel or descending wedge. Now I want to show you guys the same thing on the 1 hour. All right. First, let's take a look at the double bottom. This is the double bottom we taught. But take a look at this candle, guys. You see how clear we first swept the highs, uh, and then we swept the lows. If you remember the 5 minutes, we went the upside first, right? At trend line, we got denied. Then we came back and grabbed the liquidity to the downside. A perfect sweep. Now, here's a catch on this sweep. The sweep has more, the wick to the downside is bigger than to the upside, right? That's because we wanted to go to the upside. So we didn't clear out the upside as much, right? And this move cleared the liquidity right around here to the top of this momentum candle, right? But to the downside, we exited from the channel for a moment to clear the liquidity and it never came back there. Take a look at this. This is a 1 hour now. So this was a liquidity clear out. We came back near the bottom, but we hold it in the channel and then we pushed it back, right? And these two confirms that it wanted to change course to the upside, right? And we could see 1, 2, 3, 4 green candles. The fourth one again is showing the weak sign. Come down a little bit. We cleared the liquidity around this area. Or in other words, we performed the bullish retest and for this candle, but we didn't touch it. What happened? We are now going a little bit higher, right? What happened here is we got rejected around here. This is an engulfing candle right now, as you guys could see. This green candle is inside this red candle, and right now this confirms that we want to come down again. So this breakout looks like a fake out. Okay, especially if we come down. If we lose this, then I would say it could come all the way. I'm moving the trend line. Give me. It could come all the way to around here, which is 33,500. But before that, we do have to take down 33,900. Somewhere around here, there's a big liquidity lying around. Before I continue, let's just take a look at the liquidity. I'm going to refresh them so we make sure there are completely new, because I have these open for like an hour or so. All right, so let's take these out. Let's talk about the liquidity. To the downside, 33,459. To the upside, 35,599. Not much liquidity to the upside on Binance, only 291. But to the downside, it's 385 million. Right now, let's talk about the multiple exchanges. Could see until 35,599, which is going to be around here, roughly around here, is 800 million. So if we come all the way to 36,264, it's 1.01 billion, right? Long shot, but hey, we could see it. I'll talk about it. And now the downside again, 33,459, 33,004. We're trying to find it, boys. 400 and give it, give it a take, 1 billion there. So we do have way much liquidity to the downside, and you guys could see by if we take a look at it, just until 33,500, there's a lot. Most of them on Binance are 50 and 100. So stopping here makes sense, not getting there. We don't decide where the price is going based on this liquidity, but we decide where it could stop. All right, that makes sense. Now, liquidity heat map, we could see to the upside, kind of empty. There is some spread, but not that much. If you look at it on the weekly, this is for Binance only. And let's take a look at this. This is the 3 days on the three exchanges. We do have 242 million, which is this big one, which is again roughly around where we said 34,000. We talked about what? We talked about on here we said about the 33,900 or something, if I'm right. What was this? Sorry. 33,004. Okay, 33,459. So I think 34,000, it makes sense, right? 32,000. So, there's a big spread around here we could see. Take that. And since we've been volatile over the past weekends, we could be volatile today too. When does that gonna come? I don't know. But take a look at this spread over the week. 1 week. Look at this spread, all the yellow. What is the biggest cluster? 895 on one cluster. Big one right here. Right here. So, and to the upside, completely empty. We should expect a move around here. I'm telling you, over the weekend. Over the weekend. All right, back to the funding rate. The funding rate is neutral, so that gives Bitcoin room to do whatever it wants. And yeah, let's get back to this. So right now we do expect, I've talked about to the downside. First we have to take this. If this doesn't hold, then we definitely gonna go for a low, probably right around here. Now this trend line been good to me, not gonna lie. I don't want to talk about the upside. The upside is very small to talk. We first have to essentially come around this dotted white line, and if this goes broken, then we could see a double top or even higher. Okay, so now I want to talk about just to mention in the rising broadening wedge on the 4 hour right here. So I've talked about this pink line, which the pink line should represent the heavy bearish rejection. I've talked about it on my previous weekly overview, which I might do on Monday or maybe even tomorrow, but it really depends if we do get a move. But we could clearly say the double top right here. So a double top, probably, we could see that slow consolidation after the double top. It shows that this could be a distribution sign. All right, now with that being said, let's take a look at it on a little bit higher thing. Still, if you want to go to the top, there's 49 now. I mean, we could say with this white line, 46,398. And this is the support line of the rising broadening wedge. Obviously, if we leave this, it's over, I think. And I want to talk about that weekly perspective and everything like that. But here, 28.4 is actually very important too. Now let's talk about the this chart. All right, about this chart right now. Um, Not obviously on 4 hours. Let's start with 5. I'll go quickly because I don't want to waste your time. I mean, like nothing really happened. So even in here, I was trying to figure out a move. Looks like it happened. On this chart, I was expecting something like this. Hold above this big liquidity, the buy side liquidity. So this is a strong, I mean, this is a strong hold because we wick into it and we hold it. Every time we come, here's a green candle. We come, here's a green candle. And then look what happened here. At this area, we hold it above it. We didn't touch it anymore. Then we made a buy side volume imbalance and then we went up. What happened is, so this was the third move, right? So one move, the second move, the first leg, second leg, third leg, and this is the fourth leg. If I wanna, this is the fourth leg. Look where we stopped. I was putting it there. I was sure that when the first swing happened to the upside, it's definitely gonna retest this trend line, and that happened. But I just gonna do this. I actually mentioned it yesterday on my stream, and yeah, the kick stream. Anyway, so right now we retested this. This could come and retest this area, right? Hold it here, push it back higher. That's a possibility, but I really don't think so because right now we made a high here and we are doing a curve. These curves, they usually go down. They usually go down. Not sure, but I mean, that's what the curves do. Where's the curve? Mamma mia. Been a long time. There you go. Here's the curve for you. Let me just make sure. Here's the curve. So yeah, we could come here. We could come here. We could come here. But ultimately, I think we're going to go down. And since look at this. I'm going to remove the curve. Look at this arrow. Look at this arrow. It's playing a trend line for itself. All right, so this will do. Since this trend line, let me actually, since we're using it as a trend line. Since this trend line, this bullish trend line has been broken, this is a 5 minute, and we are retesting the top of the, we are trying to regain it, but we got rejected. I think we're going to go down. Now let's take a look at this on the 1 hour. Still the same. Right? It only shows us, how it works. And this was that trend line that I had on it. So nonetheless, guys, we do have this side that needs to be taken out. And I think this will be taken out rather easily when we lose this. This buy side liquidity is holding. You guys could see, right? Right here, even right here. Look, this candle came, let me just remove this. This candle came in. Look at these two candles. They hold it. This one, this green one, even cleared the liquidity of this one. And then we moved up. Something, right? I mean, yesterday was very wicky. If you were trading it, you would notice. So right now, to the upside, uh, I mentioned this on my previous video. I'm going to say it again. So there was a gap on the day that we came around here. There was a gap between this to this, right? On liquidity. So if it would have broken this to the upside, it would come here, but that didn't happen. It got rejected right where the liquidity was, and then literally stopped where the liquidity was. Now we do have a couple of places. I've mentioned them in here. First of all, is the low of this momentum candle, which will indicates, possible rejection and possible, how do you say, weakness. The high of this big momentum candle, once again, if we hit this, this could mean we could go higher. All right. And to the downside, I've talked about it in numerous times. First hit this, then I think over the weekend, we might come and touch this, like the mid of this trend line, gonna be 32,000, and yeah. Uh, so yeah, it would be 32,000. Let me just show you guys one more time right here. And these are, yet to be uh, covered, I would say, but we could essentially either hold at the bottom of this, which is 32,876, maybe the mid, which is 33,000, but I think we might touch this area, which is 32,000, right? Fibonacci-wise, this area, which is 32,000, is the golden pocket. So are we going to test the golden pocket over the weekend? I don't know. We had a very volatile weekend. Either here, I would say, or maybe around here. Anywhere around this. Okay, I don't want to guess the price since this is a weekend, but I would say the lower half or maybe the higher half, because if it's bullish and it wants to, still range in this area, then I would say the higher half. But nonetheless, Dixie's dropping. As you guys can see, it even made a gap here, so maybe it wants to fill this, or maybe this is the breakaway gap, which shows the momentum to the downside. Where we were thinking about it, we are still waiting for it here, and I'm pretty sure when we lose this uh, navy blue line, there's gonna be a huge spike, probably over on the price for Bitcoin and everything, and over the stock market, as the stock market was going up and up and up. But yesterday, as you guys can see, we had one breakaway gap, two breakaway gap, three breakaway gap, four breakaway gaps, showing momentum and bullishness to the upside. But right here, after we came all the way down to this area, which is the high of this candle, it starts to show rejection, as you guys can see. Now, with that being said, that's it. That's all. I want it to be at 10 minutes, but I guess this is what happened when you don't record for a day. You got to talk a little bit more. Thank you guys for watching. Stay safe, stay green. I'll stream on Kick most of the times these days. And if you join me there, well, I'll be more than happy to talk to you that way. Thank you guys for watching. Stay safe, stay green. Until next time. Ciao.